Hey, what's up, guys? Look, I have a message for you today. I'm excited to make this video right now. I don't even know what I'm about to say, but I was told to come out here and make this video. So look, I'm gonna get right into it, man. Oh, first of all, wow, just there's so much to say. There's so much to say, man. Teleportation is coming very soon. Teleportation's coming very soon, you see? And the reason why is because we're already aware of it. I just looked on TikTok and I'm actually mind blown right now. I'm actually mind blown right now of what I'm seeing on TikTok. Teleportation has like 1 billion views right now. Parallel Universe has like 1 billion views right now. Time traveling, all this stuff, people are aware of it. And guess what, guys? If people in the collective are aware of it, they're sending thoughts into the field, and those thoughts into the field are creating physical matter. So the circumstances, situation, events on a collective level are now being created and put it into place, man. Time travel is very soon. The inorganic ones, the Matrix world, they're gonna try to make some rule where we have to have a passport pass, right? We have to have that. I'm not going to use those terminology. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about. They want to either inject something into you, and they want to have this ID identification to keep you from flying. But guess what? By the time that comes out, or soon after, we will be teleporting. It's happening. I personally think it's happening this year. Okay, I personally think it's happening this year. This is gonna sound crazy for a lot of people, but I don't think it is. With the speed, the rapid rate of consciousness expansion right now that the portals have opened with Jupiter and Saturn, you know, whatever you want to call it, man, the Great Awakening, the Matrix, Age of Aquarius, whatever you want to call it, the portal has opened. Now anything's possible. So whatever reality we want to experience, we shift to that experience. We shift to that reality because it all exists, right? And I was just watching Gaia. David Wilcock, what he was saying was that the military programs have had this technology for decades now. They've had it for decades now. That once an ET ship was crashed on this earth, they picked it up, they found the device that they were using to teleport. And this has been literally shown in movies. It was shown in X-Men. It's been shown in TV shows such as The Simpsons, Futurama. I mean, I could really go on. The list goes on, right? Teleportation. Where do you think the idea comes from? It comes from an actual experience, right? The chosen ones, the ones that are ready to receive from the ETs are going to receive, right? If the ET technology is accessible by the government, then it's accessible by us because it's all vibration. We attract and manifest that reality, then it's going to come into us. But guess what? We're going to have a teleportation device. We're going to be able to use our psychic ability to manifest a portal. And then soon after that, we won't even need the device anymore. I'm sure we can just do it with our own consciousness, because everything outside of us has been created was just a reflection of our internal consciousness. I mean, even computers, like a software and a hardware, that's how our brain works. Like, it's all a reflection of us on a vibrational level inside of us, right? We're able to teleport. And time travel is part of teleportation. It's the same thing. Right, so essentially this is how he explained it. This is how David Wilcock explained teleportation. Basically what happens is you sit in a chair and you hook up something to your head, right? And whatever you think about opens up a portal in front of you in the room. And that portal, what that portal does is whatever you were thinking about, it appears in that portal, and you can go through that portal, or that thing's going to come through that portal, right? It's just opening up a portal, right? And once we've evolved as human beings, this is another thing that David Wilcock was saying. Once we evolve as human beings, there's a certain level of evolution that different human beings from another parallel timeline, of another parallel universe, or whatever you want to call it, right? They've evolved to this, and the humans we call them gods. Like, they're almost like gods, right? Because they've evolved to a point where they can teleport. They've evolved to a point where they can use telepathy. They can read your mind, right? Higher dimensional beings. I mean, even like the Arcturians, for example, right? Or the Pleiadians, or so on and so forth. These are beings from another planetary system where they use telepathy to communicate with themselves. They don't even talk. They don't even use words. Like, they know each other through vibration, right? And the human race is elevating to that level. It's happening slowly but surely, but it's actually happening at a more increasing pace right now. It's happening more rapidly, which is very exciting. Time travel and teleportation. It's very exciting. It's very exciting to know that. I mean, even as a kid, right? I was always telling my girlfriends or girls that I was talking to, you know, just for fun, making jokes, right? I was saying, I'm going to teleport to you. I was like, yeah, I wish we could teleport right now. We were already thinking about it. Why were we thinking about it? Because we knew it was a thing. How did we know it was a thing? Because it was on movies. Why was it on movies? Because whoever made the movie knew about it. Where'd they get that information from, right? You got to think of these things. Like, where does it actually come from? It comes from a download from some source, or it comes from an actual physical experience. It's one or the other, right? But at the end of the day, all thoughts that you have access to already exist. Okay, you access thoughts from within your own Akashic records and from the collective Akashic records. Like, there's 2 different Akashic records that I'm aware of. There's probably more. I don't know. There's different universes as well. So I'm really excited to just learn about all this stuff right within the universe, and how vast it actually is, and how hilarious it is that how they've kept us in this paradigm of reality for so long, right? And I don't even know where I'm going with this video, man, to be honest with you, but time traveling is going to be fun because you're going to be able to experience. I think what we're going to be able to do is not only tap into your past lives through your third eye, through like a past life regression or past life reading, and find out who you are, but to actually go time travel there and physically observe yourself in another dimension, in another reality, right? In another parallel reality of some sort. And I think that's coming. You're going to not only be able to tap into it through meditation, but take it to a whole nother level and actually open up a portal that you can walk through. Or maybe something like Family Guy, right? With Stewie, with the parallel universe, or whatever, parallel reality, or the whatever it was called, right? Multiverse, right? The multiverse, an infinite amount of universes, everything that you could possibly imagine already exists. And the reason you know that is because you're thinking on a level of the collective on God, and God is infinite possibility. If God is the source that flows through all things, that's infinite possibility. That means everything exists. Nothing doesn't exist. Non-existence doesn't exist. Everything exists. Because everything you can think about, thought is the first dimension which created everything. God created the universe with one thought. Said, what can I become? What can I create? Right? Or whatever, or however you want to interpret that. With that being said, every possibility exists because through that thought, a second dimension was created, which was duality, good or bad, right or wrong, yes or no, right? You got to choose which reality. Now, third dimension, you're creating a physical reality. It's physical, okay? So in this physical world, but by definition, every dimension that exists, which I've heard interpretations where there's 11 dimensions, or where there's 9, where there's 13, where whatever the dimensions are, I don't know. There's probably more. There's probably infinite. I don't know. But basically, all dimensions are actually existing within the first dimension, which is thought, which is source, which is oneness, which is unity, okay? And one of the dimensions is physical. So if a thought exists, then that means, by definition, that thought exists in the physical reality, in some reality, in some parallel universe. Whatever you're thinking about exists in the physical world. And that's why it's important to pay attention to what you're thinking about, because whatever you think, you're going to get. And whatever we think as a collective, we will get. And the inorganic ones, the beings that have been controlling this planet for thousands of years, they've known this, and that's why they've created this system. That's why they created politics. That's why they created religions. That's why they created the education system, the financial system. And I'm not giving them all the credit. And I'm not even saying they created those things. But in general, overall, the overall scheme, concept, perception of reality is the way it is by design. For some shape or form, some way, somehow, it's by design to create a perception of reality. Now, is that a good or bad thing? I'm not going to say it's good or bad. It was just part of the evolution of the human race. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say it was a bad thing or it's evil. And I don't really believe that. I think, when it comes to conspiracy theories and things like that, I don't really know. I've heard that word comes from the CIA to keep you from questioning the government, which is kind of funny. And I remember growing up as a kid, I read the books Fahrenheit 50, I think it's 54 Fahrenheit, right? Where they burned all the books in the fucking world because they didn't want you to. And it was like whoever was writing those books was warning us what was coming if we don't freaking get our act together. Okay. Fahrenheit 51, was that what it was? 51. And then 1984, George Orwell, right? It gives you no benefit to be well adjusted to a sick society, right? That's not, I don't know if that's him, but like George Orwell, dude, 1984. Have you ever read that book? Go read that book. Big Brother's watching you. That's a world, a society in the future. The book was written in like the 1920s or 1930s, right? And he basically created a book in a future world, a future reality. In 1984 was what he said, right? That there's going to be a world where everything we are thinking, saying, and doing is being watched, and that's literally happening on this planet right now. Right? Through your iPhones, through the radios, through the Bluetooth. They're tracking you. Facebook is tracking everything you like and don't like. They know everything about you because you've willingly put it in their information. They literally sell your information to different places, or who knows what they do with it. But the whole thing is they know almost everything about you. Your number in the system, your social security number. I mean, we could get into that. I got to do some more research on that. But I mean, it's just coming up right now. But like, bro, realize the world that we're living in. And it's only like that because we've allowed it to be, because the truth was hidden, but now it's being revealed. The veil is being lifted. Look, 2020 is really 2012 in the Mayan calendar, which is apocalyptus, which is the lifting of the veil. The veil between the physical world and the spiritual world is being lifted right now. The unseen is now being seen, okay? We are aware. Age of Aquarius, the age of information, right? We now know the things, or we're starting to learn the things that the government's been hiding us from for so many, probably since the beginning of the governments, right? Just knowing, they've known about this. He literally said this, right? David Wilcock. I'm going to quote this. I'll probably share this link below on what this video is on Gaia, right? David Wilcock, what he was saying was the founding fathers had this club, and it was pretty much like Freemasonry or whatever, but they got this information on how to evolve and ascend to Christ consciousness, or a light being, or a rainbow body. And that's what they said, right? And they figured out how to do that, and they had this club around it. They had a secret society, and that's kind of how secret societies began, or something like that. And don't quote me on that. Watch the video. And then another thing he was saying was how there's been 160,000 documented cases of the ascension to the rainbow body. And that's where your physical body literally disintegrates, or there's actually this whole process of how it decays over time, and then it turns into a light being, and then you see rainbows coming out of your body. Like, that's fucking crazy. If you ask me, I've never heard that. It's only crazy because if you haven't heard of it before. But if you heard of it, it's normal. Right? Isn't that crazy? It's like whatever you believe it to be is what it is for you. And that's your own unique perspective. And your perspective is based off of your own experiences. And that's why you can never judge another person's perspective, because you don't know where they're coming from. You don't know what they've experienced. You have no clue what they've experienced. And I think that's especially true today in 2021. You never know what other people know. I bet you that there's probably so many more people that aren't even telling you the shit that they know. And, even me, I don't tell you everything I know. And probably no one tells you everything they know. But like, dude, you don't know what anyone knows. You don't know anything. You only know what you know. You only know what you've experienced. You only know your perspective, which comes from your own unique experiences, right? But you can create a new perspective by creating new experiences, because the more you experience, the more contrast you get to experience, and you get to find out and clarify what you want and what you don't want, and then you can choose to spend your energy thinking about what you do want instead of what you don't want. Spend your energy focusing on what you want and not what you don't want. And that's how you're going to create the reality that you prefer, not only for an individual, but also help create this perspective of the collective consciousness, right? And that's why I love sharing these videos, because if I'm planting seeds in your mind, I'm getting you to think. And if you're getting to, and I don't want you to think like me, I want you to think like you. I want you to create your own unique perspective. I'm creating my own unique perspective right now, and I'm encouraging you to do the same, because I believe that the perfect world, or the golden age, or the fifth dimensional earth, or whatever you want to call it, it's coming. It's coming quickly. And it's coming for those that evolve. I think there's going to be a lot of people wiped off this planet. Sometime this year, I think something's going to happen where I think it's going to be some type of solar flare, possibly, maybe natural disaster, maybe even an extension of the VI word. Maybe, I'm not going to go as far to say zombies or robots, but I'm kind of am at the same time. Not sure how this is all going to play out. Don't really care. But what I'm saying is those that are evolving are creating their own reality. And those that are not evolving are creating the reality of the matrix. They're creating the reality of the inorganic ones, of what they want. Excuse me. So I say we come together in one and say, what type of earth do we want to create? And let's go create that together. Link up with your high vibe tribe. Create a high vibe tribe of people around you, and co-create a reality of your choice, not only for you, but for all. And when you do something with the intention to help other people, God, a source, will help you. Whatever you give out comes back to you. Whatever you give out comes back to you, because everyone outside of you is a reflection of you. They're actually just your reflections. So when you love someone, that's showing that you love yourself. And when you judge someone, that's showing you judge yourself. Everything that you do is a reflection of your thoughts, and so on and so forth. Everything you feel, what you think, feel, and act the most becomes your personality, and your personality creates your personal reality. okay? Whatever you think, feel, and do the most, those are all choices. How you think is a choice. How you feel is a choice, and how you act is a choice. All of these are choices. When you become conscious of your unconscious thoughts, unconscious emotions, unconscious behaviors, unconscious actions, then you can choose the reality that you prefer and do things and think things and feel things in alignment with that reality. Think, feel, and act in accordance to the reality that you prefer. How do you know the reality that you prefer? You choose it. How do you know what you want? Experience contrast. That's how you know what you want. The more contrast I've experienced, the more I've been able to clarify what I want. Okay, it doesn't mean things are good or bad, but everything has an equal opposite. Light, dark, good, bad, yin, yang, masculine, feminine, right, wrong. They're equal opposites, and doesn't mean one's better than the other. They just both exist within the whole oneness as well. That's a dualistic perspective. That's a second dimension. Okay, third dimension is creating the physical world. Fourth dimension is the astral realm, right, as far as I'm concerned. The fifth dimension is oneness with everything, including the other dimensions. The other dimensions are opening up. You've probably been noticing things you normally wouldn't notice. You've been realizing things you normally wouldn't realize. You've gone within yourself and seen things you've never seen before. It's all existing, but guess what? As the collective's vibration and awareness increases, that increases yours as well. It works both ways, right? As I raise my vibration, that gives an effect to the collective. As I share energy and generate energy and transfer energy to everyone else, that energy transfers into them, which helps the collective on a massive scale. But guess what? That collective also affects you as well. So the collective increases the vibration, which is happening very fast right now. Shout out to TikTok, because TikTok is probably a big reason why. If you go to look at the hashtag, the trends on woke and third eye and universal reality, parallel reality, dimension, I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? Different words and shit, but like the collective is increasing very quickly. The collective vibration and awareness is increasing very quickly, which is what is happening is it's opening up infinite possibilities on a whole nother level. Because the more people that think there are infinite possibilities, or that are aware that there are infinite possibilities, the more infinite possibilities actually open up physically for us. And this is only going to keep happening and multiplying on a massive scale. And I do feel, like I said, I do feel like some event is going to happen. Probably this year. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I mean, the government's already releasing the ET files. They've already released a lot of it. I mean, the Canadian governor just came out and said there's fucking 70 or 80 different ET beings, like, documented on paper. Like, that's already been released information. So if that is real, then what else is real? What else is possible? Right? And not only that, the fact that the government is known about this since the beginning of the creation of the United States. The founding fathers known about this. And that's coming from a founding father, right? I was a founding father, right? Quote me. Okay? So I've come back here. I'm an infinite spiritual being, and so are you. Now look, I believe that there are old souls and there are new souls. And I believe that there are also souls that are coming from other planets, right? So there's old souls. I'm an old soul. I've had 563 past lives. Okay? I've known this because I've tapped in. I've tapped into who I truly am. I'm learning more each and every single day. I don't know what I don't know. I know there's so much more to learn. There's an infinite things to learn. I barely know anything. Man, I've been growing. I'm sure you've been growing, man. I know you've been growing, man. And if you're going through something right now, man, I'm sending you so much love. Because it's going to get better. It's going to get better. And I promise you have complete control. No matter what your circumstance looks like, you have control. You have control of how you think, how you feel, and how you act. That's your choice. You have a choice. Choose. Create your environment that's going to serve you. Create an environment that's going to help you grow. Create an environment that's going to help you succeed. Surround yourself with people that are encouraging you and helping you grow. Surround yourself with those people, okay? Surround yourself with the people that's going to help you grow. Surround yourself with people that are motivating you and inspiring you. Look, if your circle does not inspire you, you don't have a circle, you have a cage. Because they are keeping you in a box of reality. And if you identify and attach to beliefs, especially those that don't serve you, you're putting yourself in a box, okay? As a kid, as a 3-year-old, I loved this show called Out of the Box. And I was like, And from that planted the seed in my mind, I'm going to think out of the box, okay? I'm going to think out of the box. How do everyone else think? I'm going to think the other way, right? As one of my mentors said, observe the masses, do the opposite, right? Like, observe the masses, do the opposite, okay? So, look, it's exciting to be alive in 2021 on this planet. It's very exciting to be alive on this planet in 2021. Big shifts are happening, not only in the world, but in your world. Not only in the universe, but in your universe. Because every living being is a living being within a living being, and that living being has living beings within it. Okay? Don't let that go over your head. You might have to pause and rewind that to catch that one. Listen, man, look. Third eye awakening, pineal gland awakening. 369, the whole universe is on my side. Pineal gland open up wide, man. Motherfucking run it up. Infinite abundance. Health is well. 7-day vegan challenge. Gratitude frequency, baby. Take care of yourself today. Eat healthy, a whole food plant-based diet, organic, fresh fruits and vegetables. Cleanse out your body. Go fasting if you need to, man. Connect with your higher self. Connect with God, a source that lives within you. Connect with being. Connect with your presence. Connect with that awareness within you. You have it within. Whatever you want wants you. It's in your DNA. And if you want it, that's proof that it already has your name on it. Because otherwise you wouldn't want it. Because guess what? God lives within every single being, including human beings. And God wants to express itself through everything, all of his creations, or all of her creations, or all of its creations, or all of whatever you want to call it. You know, I don't want to put a label on. We know that there's a higher power. There's a greater mind. There's an intelligence that has created this entire universe, and it governs everything and controls everything, right? We're aware of this. Everyone's aware of this. We don't know what you want to call it. That's up to you. But guess what? We all are unique perspectives of source, of God. We're all unique perspectives, and you have your own unique message to share. You have that message to share. Go within yourself. Be the person who you truly are, not who they want you to be. Not who you were told you must be. Who are you really? Go within your true self. Go within your heart space. Who are you really? Who are you actually? Your true self, your heart space, your pure love and light, and you want to express yourself. And you have your own unique gifts and talents and abilities. You are special. You are different. There's no one like you. You're completely unique. You're completely unique. Like that one movie with the plane. God's got the whole world in his hands, right? And you're fucking in the world. And not only are you in the world, but you have your own world within you. Tap into it. You probably had multiple lifetimes, right? I believe that the new souls are placeholders on this planet. And it's kind of controversial probably, and people, I don't know. But like, new souls are probably placeholders right now. They're probably not even real. And then you got the old souls that have been back here, that have been to Earth many times, that are reincarnating and came back here to save this planet, right? And then you have the indigo children coming from Mars, and then you have a couple other. I mean, I got to learn about this, but I'm pretty sure there's different species from different planets that are in human bodies right now. How is that possible? Because they're a soul that lived on another planet and has never been to Earth before, in this universe or in a different universe, and have chosen to incarnate into a human body to experience this life and help assist in this ascension process and experience the ascension of this planet. Why would you not want to be a part of this? Why would you not want to be a part of this, right? Especially if you've been to Earth many times before. Of course you're here again. I mean, of course you are. Like after finding out some of my past lives, I'm like, okay, duh, I know why I'm here. I mean, it's no wonder when I was fucking 5 years old, I always felt like I needed to save the world. I was like, I'm going to save the world one day. I'm going to change the world one day. And I was like, and I didn't know why I felt that, right? It's no wonder as a kid, I felt like I was being watched, right? It turns out that we have spirit guides, we have angels, we have watchers, we have helpers, right? It turns out. And I didn't know that at the time, but I think I knew it, but I didn't know. You know what I mean? I knew it vibrationally, but didn't intellectually know. I felt like I was being watched. I felt like I was like, I always felt like there was some, sense of love, and I called it God. I said, this is God. God protect me. God love me. And I think it's the same thing, because I believe that our angels, our spirit guides they're connected to God. You know what I mean? They're like, it's almost like, look at it like this, like, if you want to put it in a hierarchical system, right? So it's like God is the CEO, okay? The angels are like the managers or whatever, or they're the supervisors, and you're the manager of your life, right? You get to choose, make the decision, but there's a supervisor that's watching you. You know what I mean? Or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, dude, it's pretty cool. Like, it's pretty cool because it's like God, we are all connected to Source, but it's like there's another level of being not above us, because no one's better or worse, but like probably more evolved and just watching over us, and I believe that our guides, our watchers, our helpers are pure love and light, and they just want to help. And I believe they signed up. What Dolores Cannon was saying was they volunteered to come back to this earth to actually help us, not to come back to a human body. They've probably done so much work, if they've done the evolution process and they've been on earth before, they've done the work to evolve to that angel-like being, like to be an angelic being of pure love and light, right? Which is where I'll be after this lifetime, more than likely, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. But that's just a guess, an estimation based off of my current understanding of how this shit works. But which we don't really know. But it's fun to kind of, go within and really find this stuff out. And I believe that all the answers exist within us. They all exist within us. So there's nothing that's out of reach, if that makes sense, because it all exists within us. At the end of the day, everything is one. Everything is one field of energy. Everything is one divine matrix. And it's not that the divine matrix is out there. It's that it is out there, but it's also in here because it's like you're a part of it as well. Okay? So it's like, have you ever seen a popcorn ball like on a Halloween candy? Right? So it's like the divine matrix is the entire popcorn ball, and you are like a seed of one of the popcorns. Of one of the a kernel, like it's like a bag of rice. You're one of the grains of rice. So it's like the rest of the grains of rice are technically outside of you, but all together in the bag, you're all the same bag of rice. If that makes sense. And I believe that's how the collective consciousness works. I believe that's how the divine matrix works. The field, the quantum field, all of that. Everything, every possibility exists within it, and it's infinite by nature because. It's like if parallel universes exist, that means that this universe exists in some location, but although space and time they're a perspective and not necessarily because truth is based on perspective, so it's like they're not technically outside of each other or different from each other in space and time, but in some other dimension that's incomprehensible to the human mind, it makes sense. You know what I mean? But since we're in this physical body right now, it may not make sense to us yet. But I believe we can evolve to a sense that we can figure this out. But also at the same time, everything's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So of course we can. Anything you can think of, you can do. And there's a reality that exists that you've already done it. So you just kind of choose that reality, right? You pretty much just choose that reality. So whatever reality you could possibly imagine, it already exists. So it's just choosing it. Because if infinite possibilities exist, that means that the possibility that everything that you could possibly imagine that you've always wanted, always dreamed of, that reality exists somewhere within you. And you can tap into it by choosing it and vibrationally matching it and making a decision about it and feeling good about it. And I believe, with that being said, I think being too specific can create resistance. But at the same time, not really, because as long as you detach yourself from the how and the when, then it's going to work out for you. Whatever reality you can imagine, if you feel good about it, believe you've already received it, and don't care about how it comes in, don't care about when it comes in, then it will happen. It will happen. You can change the world with this information, that you have the power within you. Tap into your pineal gland. Tap into your pineal gland, your third eye. You will see things you've never seen before, and it's not out there, it's in here. Right? Your pineal gland, when you activate the what is it called? Melatonin? I think it's melatonin. When you activate the melatonin in your pineal gland, it's like a watery like substance. There's water in your pineal gland that you look through and you see images. And that's intuition. That's stuff from the future. That's what being a psychic is. Like, that's clairvoyance. Right? Clairvoyant? Something like that. Dude, like, it's just, you have every capability to do anything you could possibly imagine. And when you do it for the good of others, you were helped tremendously, not only by God, by source, but by your higher self, by your guides, because that's what God wants you to do. He wants you to bless other people. That's the whole point. Because we when we love each other, we're in harmony, we're in unity, we're in one. We're all one. Everything works out. Okay? Nature is based on collaboration, not cooperation, not competition. Okay? We collaborate and cooperate with each other. We love one another. We become part of the same whole. We're different ingredients in the same soup, right? We're different ingredients in the same soup. The ABC soup, right? The alphabetic soup. What do you think that is? That's soup. That's fucking soup. Your soup, okay? Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Listen, I love you, man. That's it for this message, man. I'm gonna head back. I think this was a great video. I'm glad I came out here. I was just enjoying. It's funny. I was literally just enjoying my time reading my book. and then my guides or Arcturians or someone, I've been talking to Arcturians recently. I think it was probably them. I'm not quite sure yet. But they told me to come out here and make a video. And I was like, what is it going to be about? They're like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And I was like, okay, I guess I'll come out here and make a video. It's hilarious, dude. It's hilarious, man. But yeah, dude, parallel realities, time traveling's coming. I think we'll be time traveling by, I mean, I'm not going to put a time frame on it. I think it wouldn't be, oh, forgot I was about to say, this is what I was going to say, right? I remember now because I kind of got off topic. So time traveling and teleportation, you would think, oh, it's probably decades away, right? It's probably maybe 100 years away or 50 years away. But here's the thing. In the reality, in the dimension that time travel and teleportation exists, time is an illusion. It's all happening right now. So as soon as we tap into the vibration of it, it immediately happens. Because time is an illusion. It's just one quantum leap away, is what David Wilcock said. He said the beings that have practiced teleportation and time traveling that crashed here, that crashed our UFO spaceship here and gave us that technology, guess what? He said, George Noory asked him, he said, how far advanced do you think they are? 100 years, 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years? And he said, yeah, from one perspective, you could say that. But also, you could say they're just a quantum leap away. And that one quantum leap away could happen right now because everything's happening now. And the future is nothing more than the continuation of the present moment. So it's all about the present moment. It's all about the present moment, dude. So hope you guys enjoyed. I love you. I appreciate you. Send me a message on Instagram, infiniteabundance777. If you want more esoteric concepts and wisdom, spiritual knowledge, and information like this, go check out my TikTok at infiniteabundance777. I clip these down into smaller clips. My Telegram, t.me infinite/infiniteabundance. You can book me below as well if you'd like a one-on-one call. I love you. I appreciate you. Much love, man. Peace.